Hey there, folks. I'm Joe Crawford of artlong.com. Pretty much every day, I go to CSSBattle.dev, take a look at the daily target, and record myself doing it. That's what I'm going to do right now. And we've got a rectangle with a barbell shape in the middle of it. I feel like I know what the approach I want to take here is, and I'm about to do it. So this is the nested template, which works well in Safari and Chrome, not so well in Firefox. To start with, I will put this background color of this cream or beige or whatever color you want to call it, and narrow the margins. So 60, 72, and 222, 72, 22, which creates that shape. And then what I want to do is set a border of solid, let's say 20 pixels, and then that color again. And in theory, that narrows that down very nicely. And then the other part is, what is the gradient that I can do? What are my choices in terms of how to create that shape? If you've been watching me do these videos, you'll know that the conic gradient is my favorite of all the gradients because it ends up being the most useful for all kinds of things like this. And that is got two color stops, 25% or 90 degrees worth of the beige, and then transparent 0. And then I put that in the upper corner with a background position 0, 0. And then I give it a width, which is I'll do it in percents, even though those won't stand. 80%, 8%. So there I've got the shape. Sort of wacky there. The way to fix that is to explicitly set the center of it, and you do that with the at command. And so I think it's at 40 pixels, maybe 50 pixels, like that. All right, so not quite that. I think it's 30 then. 30 and 40. 45, 35, 36. There it is. So some of this is lining up and some of this isn't. So I'm going to change the height here to, well, I know that the vertical is 36 pixels. So maybe 36 plus another 30. Let's say 66 pixels. Let's try that. Or 64 or 65. And then so this is where we stand now. So we need to move that guy over. So this needs to be a little lot wider. How about, let's try 90. Does 90 do it? 90 lines up very nicely. Let's submit and make sure that that's correct. So it's nice to have percentage value as the first value of the background size, because when you collapse the space there, you're not penalized for it. You can remove spaces in a bunch of different places. Some folks use plus signs to do the spaces but you only really need a space. Okay, so let's minify, unit replace, and I'm going to chop off the final two braces and submit. And I think that's a final number. Again, any puzzle, any one of these daily targets, which is all rectangles, you could do with a series of elements and create individual elements. You could move them around with margins. You can move around with paddings. Very straightforward to make rectangles. It's when you have circles, ovals, and things at angles where it gets a little bit trickier to sort out what's the best way to do it. But when you got things that are flat, it's very hard to mess up. So that's it. We're coming in almost to a holiday weekend here. Things are so rough out there. So many people are struggling. It's a hard time for many, many people. But there are fun things in the world, including CSS battles like this. Go make a web page. Be good to yourself. Be good to each other. I'll see you around. Bye.